Good morning and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Black Almanac. We have a weekend event coming up later this month that has been a staple in this community for the past decade. Since the beginning, Greatness Beyond Measure has had the opportunity to promote academic and social activity, helping teens realize their maximum potential. Also, later on in the program, we have the latest on the story we broke last week regarding a racist note found in the Art Ovation Hotel in downtown Sarasota. Well, it's about that time of the year again. This is something that many folks in the community know, they know what this is all about because it's been around for a decade now. So it's a staple in the community. Folks are interested and kind of eagerly awaiting this, especially young folks in this community, eagerly awaiting what's going on in terms of greatness beyond measure. Everyone here knows what it is, but from your perspective, Melanie Thomas, you're the founder of Greatness Beyond Measure. You've been here since day one. Tell me from your perspective what Greatness Beyond Measure is all about.
Thank you for this opportunity. Greatness Beyond Measure, we are really excited because this is our 10th anniversary. 10 years of Greatness Beyond Measure. We've seen some phenomenal things throughout the years. What makes Greatness Beyond Measure different is that what we try and create in the 6 or 7 events that we have throughout that 3-day weekend, we want it to be more than an event that they remember, but we want it to be an experience that they can take with them throughout their lives. So that's why all of our activities and events will focus on empowerment, enrichment, entrepreneurship, education, and the last one being entertainment. And it's all catered and geared toward teens 12 to 19. And that's what makes it different. Erica can tell you a little bit about our mission.
Yes. So our mission is empowering teens for life to believe and to achieve, and our purpose is to ignite the genius that resides within every individual. And our vision is to promote unity in the community and abroad.
And now you're promoting a unity, and there's a vision for many of the young folks here in Sarasota County. Just the area, I shouldn't say Sarasota County, but I should say the area.
Yes.
But you mentioned too that there are different activities and events throughout the whole weekend.
Yes.
So, Erica, just kind of give me a sense of what's going on. I know Stop the Violence is one event that's going on. There's so many different events. I mean, countless number of events that are going on, which we're going to refer to the Greatness Beyond Measure website at the end of the show because, again, there's a lot of information here. But, Erica, just kind of give me a sense of what's going on throughout the weekend.
All right, so we have Stop the Violence, which is our dance-off as well as step-off. So we'll also have our key speaker, Aaliyah Eastman. She is one of the Parkland shooting survivors at Stoneman Douglas High School. And she was the key speaker for March for Life in New York as well. Then we have step teams such as Sweetheart Nation, which was our 2017 Stop the Violence winner, as well as All or Nothing, which is a dance team from West Palm Beach.
And she mentioned the young lady who is a survivor from Parkland. And I read about her story. She was actually at the March for Lives in Washington. She's been in New York. She's been in Chicago. She's been all over. So we're really excited about having her come to be our e-power speaker for Stop the Violence. Her story is that, and this is a sad part, that because there been so many incidents that affected so much of gun violence that's affected students, that she started planning even before this happened what she would do if it happened. And so her thing was that she decided when she heard the gunman coming toward her, she got under the dead body of her classmate in order to survive.
Right.
And that's what she thought she planned. Didn't ever think she would have to do it, but just in case. And that's how that young lady survived it. It was Valentine's Day. She said originally she thought it was paint on the floor, but instead it turned out to be blood. So this young lady is going to share her story, the story that she's told around the country. She'll be sharing it with the young people there, along with spoken word artists. As she said, it's a dance competition for dancers, whether a team or solo artists. First prize, $500. So we have dancers coming from West Palm, they're coming from Tampa, from Orlando, throughout the state for that particular event. In addition to that,
we also have Shark Tank. That was in April 21st. We started it as a precursor to let them know of the GBM Teen Summit is coming July, and then as well as it gives teens that have business ideas a platform to be able to start up their business and get it out.
Right.
that's
So,
right.
yes.
And the young man that won our Shark Tank this year, his name is Jacoby Davis. And Jacoby presented this wonderful idea or invention that he's actually, or business that he's actually started on how to charge your phone using a bicycle without having to plug in anywhere.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, it is. And this young man said he got the idea when he was 5 years old, when his father took him to India, and he saw how poor the people were and wanted to do something to help them stay or keep their communications going. And he came up with this idea then. Jacoby, is headed to a conference in Europe this month, the end of this month, so he won't be with us, but really excited because it's a leadership conference, and this young man is only 15.
Wow.
So watch out, world.
Wow.
In addition to that, Shanir can tell you about a couple other events that we have.
Yeah, and I want to just mention too, I know that every year you have this, there's something topical within the whole program. Good example is you having a Parkland student, a former Parkland student, come and actually explain what she went through and kind of give a sense of what kids are going through throughout the state or throughout the country in terms of a lot of these problems or issues that happen, at local schools.
Yes.
It's a terrible situation that you have kids that have to go through this, but these kids have been going throughout the state,
Yes.
talking to
Country.
the country, thank
Yes.
you, talking to students, their peers, to kind of give a sense of what they went through. So this is something topical that
Yes.
that I know is a huge part, is a great part of Greatness Beyond Measure.
Definitely.
No, Shanir, you're a teen producer at Greatness Beyond Measure. Have you done this prior to this year?
Yes, I have. I've done it 3 times, actually. I first started when I was 12, yes, and I was performing with my aunt's dance group, God's Promises, and then the second time, I did it solo. I performed I Want to Be Where You Are by Michael Jackson, and then the third time was actually last year, 2017, and I performed a Beyonce song. So yeah, even if you don't win, it's a great experience. It's a great experience for everybody, and just with the community and performing and getting to know people, it's really awesome. And you get to meet many people, the guest judges, and for this year, it'll be July 27th, 2018 at the Ringling College Auditorium. And it's open to any teens from 12 to 19, and the cash prize will be $500. There'll be a guest judge, Nate Jacobs, at the founder of West Coast Black Troupe, and also there'll be Anaya Shanae, Michael Mendez, and Kaylin Mary, which will be the Idol host, and Jordan Bolds, which was the 2017 GBM Idol winner last year.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's Teen Summit auditions at Ringling College. Is that related to the teen competition? Is that the same thing, or kind of, can you explain? Teen competition is the same thing as the Teen Summit auditions. That's for the competition,
Yes,
correct?
it's for the competition. It's basically letting, if you do the auditions, it's letting the judges know how good you are. Not even that. But yeah, it's leading up to the competition.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Right.
And we do the auditions to identify talent that's out there, whether it's a singer, a dancer, a spoken word artist, a band, etc. And, you know, it's important because with a name like Greatness Beyond Measure, we all work to maintain that 300% level. And so when we find artists, some artists come in at that level, some artists need some vocal coaching or some assistance, but we have people who work with us. Many of the past idols do that. They work as vocal coaches,
Right.
or MDs, which is a real blessing. But Shanier has been one of our top contenders for the GBM Idol, and she's always fierce, comes out like Sasha Fierce.
Right, right.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing her perform again, as well as many other young people. First prize, $500.
Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit more about that. Also, I want to elaborate on, you know, who's been here in the past, famous-wise, and who's planning on coming here this year. But I wanted viewers to kind of take a look of, you know, get a visual of what GBM is all about.
In my community, and it goes with something like these 5 fingers on my hand all represent those times you see 4. The girls that work in my
Again, our 2016 music is not a newbie to this family here.
The Greatness Beyond Measure Teen Summit is just a magnificent event. I've been with it since they started, and we always try to bring all kids, as many as we can, together. They have a number of different events going on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's the entire 3-day weekend. Today, Saturday, is usually the day they have special sessions with different speakers from within the community, from law enforcement. They have entertainers. They have career folks from different business organizations, which provides an intimate setting for young people to sit down with these business people, entrepreneurs, sororities, fraternities, educators, to just find out what's available for them as young adults, and also to ask those questions that they wouldn't have an opportunity to ask in an intimate setting where they feel safe and free to ask whatever they need to get those questions answered.
Oh, I came today because I'm a part of the teen council and I like to empower teens. I have a lot of friends that need empowerment, and I invited them here as well so they can get the gist of this vibe, because GBM is all about empowering the teens and having a diverse culture coming in with different teens. So I came today because I want to be part of that environment. It's just a good vibe to be around.
The rooms I chose really describe me, big dreams. I have big dreams, so I wanted to know what was behind that. And then I took Mario Shirley's class last year, so I already know what he is about, and I wanted to be in there again so I can get some of his knowledge once more.
I have been a part of the Greatness Beyond Measure Teen Summit since its inception. Working with my mom has been crazy. She put me in a leadership role ever since it first started. So I started as a teen executive producer. So that actually gave me a lot of experience to go off and become an associate producer myself, and now work on larger scale shoots and productions like that. And now that I'm actually getting to come back and speak, it's really full circle for me, because now I get to see other kids putting in the same work and knowing how much they can grow from it, from how much I've grown myself.
I like hearing people's stories, how they got to where they get to, so just trying to learn from people to see what I can do my part, and then come back and help throughout the community.
Like, businesses are kind of getting the idea, but then they kind of putting signs out there.
Yeah, we got Pokemon here, yeah. What I hope to get out of this is really just greeting people, getting to know, putting my foot in the door, so that, you know, I could probably, not someday, so I will someday be in the business. It's coming soon, I can feel it.
The Stomp last night, the event was Stomp the Violence. The next phase of that was to have law enforcement officials and professionals come in, and kids who were there have an opportunity to dialogue. They were able to submit some questions last night, and so now they can stand face to face with law enforcement and really have dialogue about some of the concerns that they have about law enforcement in our community.
Well, I hope they feel empowered, one, because that's what it's about, and then as well, I hope they get something out of the lesson, especially with the Sheriff's Department, because they have a lot to say too. That not to be afraid of the police, but to be confident with them, not to always be scared. Like, be confident, have faith, like, don't be afraid of them, because there's no one to be afraid of.
We talk about making sure that our kids are college and career bound and college and career ready. Well, what better opportunity than to do that than this great event, which takes place on a college campus in our community with people from all over the country, as a matter of fact. So what a great opportunity to provide a real life experience for our children.
I want them to see that kids aren't just out here, you know, sitting on couches, and they're not just running around playing Pokemon Go. You know, they want to do something, they want to be empowered, they want to learn, they want things that are for them. And so we need to provide more things like this for them.
There's other things that we do, just being on the phone, that we're out here actually trying to help our community do something in life.
The aim of Greatness Beyond Measure Teen Summit is not any one population. This is put out to the entire community. We want children from the entire community to come to this absolutely incredible event every year for the 3 days.
Well, we got to know that we asked them. So when we ask them, we have to be open to hear. We don't have to agree with it, but we have to hear it because we asked for it. All right, everybody give them a hand, good job. All right.
I want people to see it all. I want people to see the dancing that happens at the Stop the Violence competition. I want people to hear the music that happens at the Teen Idol competition. I want people to learn and grow and hear some industry experience from the people at the workshops that are happening on Saturday mornings. I want people to get out there and really become their best self, how to really truly be greatness beyond measure.
Wow, we saw a lot of, well, maybe a few of former GBM idols. What are some of these idols doing now? I mean, this is akin to me like American Idol, where you have talented young folks doing their thing, and GBM idols in the past, they're doing their thing, and they're doing greater things now.
Absolutely.
Like, I believe Derek we saw there in the piece, he's a former GBM idol.
Yes, sir.
And is he from Sarasota?
He is. Derek Goburn.
Wow.
There were two Dereks.
Okay.
The first Derek is my Derek, my son.
Right. Right.
Who's doing well, who's a recent graduate from Ringling College of Art and Design.
Correct.
With the advertising major and doing well. But the other Derek is Derek Goburn.
And he is an artist at West Coast Black Theater Troupe. He also just finished a tour called Love Is My Message, going to different boys and girls clubs around Florida. And then as well as he was the 2012 winner for the GBM Idol alongside DK Archer, who's a dancer.
And he also released his first music project this summer.
Wow.
His music album called Supremacy.
Wow.
And then we have CJ Melton, who is one of our co-chairs, teen co-chairs this year.
I've met CJ quite a few times.
Yeah, who's a phenomenal young man who's definitely headed for the Stellar Awards. But he just released his music project this summer. And he was actually in the Shark Tank. We talk about Shark Tank. Shark Tank is when teens that's our entrepreneur piece, where teens get a chance to pitch their business ideas, if they have a project, etc. So he needed money to help finish with his CD project. And he did not win the Shark Tank, but one of the judges there said that his daughter went to CJ's school, Manatee School of Arts, and he said anytime that CJ performed during the concerts with the chorus, etc., the house was always in tears when they finished. And he said, so young man, whether you win here today or not, I'm going to help you fund your project. So shortly after that, maybe a month or so later, CJ has his project down. It's great. You all should definitely get it. And he wrote it. He not only sings on it, but he actually wrote the lyrics for it so that he could keep that money in the bank. in-house. So really thankful about that. We have another one of our idols that's coming this year. As I said, we're doing our celebration of greatness on Saturday night, July the 28th. And for that particular event, you will see quite a number of teens and young adults. What I love about this year is that we have teens, young adults who are coming from as far as California. We have them coming from Dallas, Texas, from Chicago, from Atlanta. So it's going throughout, all the way down to Miami. And one young lady, our 2011 GBM Idol, or 2014, I'm sorry, Brooklyn is coming out of California to be a part of the Celebration of Greatness. Celebration of Greatness happens at the Ringling College Soundstage, which we're really excited about. And in that particular event, you'll get a glimpse of what we are considering the best parts of GBM. Now that's hard to capture in a 2-hour event, but you will. And during that event, we'll also be honoring some of the supporters of GBM and some of the incredible young people as well as adults who've done some amazing things that we want to give a salute to greatness on. Right. So during that event, we're going to be doing a very special salute to Dr. James, who has been one of Greatness Beyond Measure's biggest supporters. I mean, always, and I remember last year's summit, he said to me, he said, I need a large shirt. He said, no more 2X's for me. I need a large. And he always wanted his hashtag I am greatness t-shirt that he could wear. So I was very happy to give him that, and we laughed about it. But we're also going to honor Dr. Larry Thompson for Ringling College and the contributions that they've made.
Many of the events are at Ringling College at this venue.
The majority of the events are held there. They give us 9 different locations and rooms, even support staff, which if we had to pay for that, we wouldn't be able to afford to do Greatness Beyond Measure. So I'm eternally grateful for Larry Thompson, the good people there, Tammy Wash and Jessica and Rachel and Morald and the whole team that they give us to work with us. A lot of the flyers that you see, Morald has helped and Jess in helping to produce those. We're also going to acknowledge and honor Victor Young, another partner of Greatness Beyond Measure with BMW of Sarasota.
Smart job.
Who has been there, who's been our biggest supporter for Shark Tank also, and always there helping, mentor, etc. Reverend R. Vincent Smith with Trinity. Trinity has been there for us when we needed to go do rehearsals for the choir and the idols, etc. Always open their doors, open Trinity doors. And then we're going to acknowledge some young people too. Recently, there's a young lady named Darian Goburn, Derek's sister, who is now on the Junior Olympics team.
Wow.
And she is a founding member of Greatness Beyond Measure. So I always say to her mom, you have some amazing young people, because they're just off the meter.
Right, and let me ask you this too. I know there's a couple, because we only have a few minutes left, but there's a couple folks that are in the spotlight that are going to be here for this particular Teen Summit, correct?
Yes, yes. We're really excited about 2 young men, the Craig Lewis Band. And the Craig Lewis Band came to us in 2012 for the first time. They are phenomenal singers, entertainers, and they came out of the Tyler Perry cast, and now they have their own production, a play, gospel play that they're moving around the country as well. But they also were the 3rd runner-up for America's Got Talent. Shortly after they left us, they went there. So really excited about the Craig Lewis Band. Delatora McNeil is one of the most amazing motivational speakers that I've ever heard. Author, if you want to be set on fire, you need to hear Delatora McNeil. So he is doing an e-power speaker. He's our e-power speaker for the Greatness the celebration of greatness. So really excited about them and a whole gamut of other artists and performers that are coming.
So let's get some dates here. What is the specific date, the weekend dates of Greatness Beyond Measure?
The weekend day is July the 27th, 28th, and the 29th. The one thing about GBM is it always the last weekend in July. That's the weekend that Ringling says, here, you can have the academic center, and however you want to do it. And this year, again, we're spreading out to the sound stage, so we're broadening our horizons. One last event, the Teen Fun Tech is the event that you want every teen to. That's an event where teens will get a chance to get hands-on experience with the latest technologies, VR, AR, MR, the drones and STEM and STEAM products.
And if they want to be a part of Greatness Beyond Measure, where do they go?
They can go to our website, mygbm.net. You can register there. Any information that you need to find is there, all of the flyers, all of the dates, the schedule, etc. We're going to have some e-power sessions as well, and you can also register on Eventbrite as well.
So Erica,
and
Shanir,
Facebook.
I'm guessing you guys are ready.
Yes.
You guys are all ready for the event.
Yeah,
Very good.
definitely.
Great to have you guys here. Looking forward to the event. Thanks for being here this morning, and we'll be right back. By now, we've all heard the story of a family on vacation finding a racist note in their hotel room. Now the hotel is sharing the details of its investigation. The hotel says they reviewed electronic memory of the room's locks and found there was no evidence to suggest any staff member left a note in the room. They believe the note was already in the room and left by the previous occupant. The incident also got the attention of city leaders. Sarasota Mayor Liz Alpert in a statement saying in part, "We're a community that embraces and is proud of our diversity. By keeping close tabs on any possible or suspected hate crimes, we'll be in a better position as a community to address issues immediately and over time." City Manager Tom Barwin also said in a statement, "Moving forward, all reports detailing suspected or possible hate crimes shall be sent to my office and immediately reviewed. These reports will be shared with the City Commission as well as the appropriate community groups in Sarasota to continue to advance the diverse community you so deeply." I was also able to speak with Frank Davis and his family. He says, while we are relieved that a person of interest has been identified, we are extremely troubled by the... let me try that one more time. I was also able to speak with Frank Davis and his family. He says, while we are relieved that a person of interest has been identified, we are extremely troubled by the frequent use of the venomous word. We are encouraged, however, by the positive actions of the Marriott executive team and the mayor of Sarasota in response to this sad occurrence. And we have graciously accepted Marriott's apology. But regardless of the subsequent investigations and the final outcome, we still plan to revisit the Sarasota area again in the not too distant future. And rest assured, the residents here will welcome him and his family with open arms. Thanks for watching and have a great day, Suncoast.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.